Hey guys, thanks for watching my animated unboxing. Now let's talk about this knife for a second. This is the Hinderer XM-18 3-inch version. And right here is the XM-18 3.5 inch. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller and lighter, and everything about this knife is just smaller than the 3.5 inch version. You can see the handle is thinner, the standoffs, the blade shape, profile, just the flipper is smaller if it had one. On this one, you can see everything is smaller, and you can feel it when you pick this knife up. It's like a baby knife. And see, the first thing I notice when I open this, when I push over on the lock bar, it's just so easy to push over. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I was expecting a little more pressure. And this is also the earliest lockup I've ever seen on a knife. This is literally at like 10% lockup. Now most Hinderers I've got, the 3 other ones I got, they come at 25%. That's usually what I've gotten, 25%. But this one's at like 10, maybe, yeah, 10%. That's crazy. But let's see. Flips. Feels weird. Flips, but it's very light. The only other flipper I have is the 4-inch. When you flip that open, you can feel the blade hit. It's real heavy, but this knife is just really light. I think it's 3.2 ounces. So I bet I can get used to it. I'm sure I can. See the finger choil. The flipper sort of digs into my knuckle there if I put it there. Otherwise, you gotta change your grip to what you used to grip it, because on the 3.5 and the 4-inch flipper it doesn't dig into my finger, but that's okay because I doubt I'll be choking up on this little knife. So I'm not going to be cutting anything hard, I don't believe, but I do like it. It'll go in the pocket. I'll see how it is. It's just really small. I'm not sure if it'll take the abuse either that the 3.5 inch can take. The 3.5 inch is just a tank. It can take pretty much anything you throw at it. See if I go on the thumb studs. Thumb studs work good. I'm gonna have to take this apart and grease it. Yeah. And the blade is completely covered in oil, like saturated in oil. It's literally dripping. Let's see if we can focus here. See, near the pivot area there's a bunch of oil. It's just coated the blade completely. Check out that lockup there. And there goes my air purifier. So let's set this on there. Check out how much shorter the overall length is of the 3 and the 3.5. Just really short. Well, I hope I can get used to this knife because I've been looking forward to it for a long time. I wish they would have kept the thick blade of the 3.5 inch. I really do like the thick blade. But they changed everything about the knife. Everything is thinner, lighter. It does feel really compact and small in the hand. Doesn't really match up with the price, but this will definitely be a knife that you can carry everywhere you go. You can take it running, take it to work. It's not too heavy. It's not really too light. And I'm sure it's just as strong as a 3.5 inch if you use it for what they're built for, and that's for cutting. Check out that oil dripping from the edge of the knife there. See, there's plenty of oil all over that cutting edge and all over the blade itself. Oh, there we go, you can see it there. It's just dripping wet in oil. That's a good thing. But Duratech 20CV has 18% chromium, which is not going to rust. I mean, it's pretty stainless as far as I know. And blade centering, perfectly centered. I have not yet seen a Hinderer with a not perfectly centered blade. That's very perfect right there. Nice. Now this was supposed to be a 4th gen, and it came with the flat thumb studs. The 3rd gen's a flat thumb stud, and the 4th gen has a nipple looking thumb stud. But this one feels like it has the 4th gen detent, because it has a pretty good detent. Because I have a 3rd gen XM-24 and it does not have a detent at all. Alright, we got to test sharpness on this Hinderer. As always, these come razor sharp. That's one thing Hinderer does perfectly, along with other things, but their blades come razor sharp. Always. They do a really good job sharpening their knives. I think it has more of a toothy edge. Yeah, it's definitely got a really toothy edge. But it still push cuts, but it excels in slicing. Alright, you saw how much I paid for this knife, and if you search online, you can find dealers or sellers that are willing to sell these for less than secondary market value. You don't need to spend $900 or $1,000 on these. I mean, if you can, I mean, that's great. I mean, I can spend that much, but I just refuse to. I'd say $700 or less is a deal for these. That's about as much as I've paid for any of my XM-18s. I haven't spent more than $700 on any of them. Alright, $700 is a good price for this knife. Not bad. If I were to ever sell it, I could definitely recoup my money and possibly gain money. No problem. These are selling for $900 on eBay every day. One thing, let's check for blade play. I do notice a little bit of up and down movement. It's not blade play, it's just movement. I'm thinking that's because the lock bar does not exert enough pressure on the lock face, and it's just not, doesn't have that solid feel that it could have, but it may need to be broken in, because whenever I wiggle it and then I press over on the lock bar, it sticks a little bit. Another thing I notice, when I go to close it and it hits my thumb, and when I let go, it's like right before the ball bearing gets on the blade, if you know what I mean. Because when you undo the lock and you close it, it hits the ball bearing. Now usually when I close the knife, I press it over, hold the lock bar until the bearing clears that edge right there, and I'll let go and then close it. But this one, close it, it's like press it, you gotta overcome that ball detent there. Just weird. Wow, this knife just feels so solid. And then when I pick this one up, it's just like the total opposite. It's real light. You can hear a sound when you open it. Feels gritty. Sounds gritty. See, I'm putting the blade next to the microphone right now and opening it. Especially right there. Hear that? I'm not sure what that's from. I'll have to take that apart and clean it because this knife is buttery smooth. I mean, you cannot like not flick this open. You just overcome the detent, it flies out. See how nice this is? But yet, when it's open, there's like no movement, play, or nothing at all. And when I close it, it's like buttery smooth. And there's no sound either. This one, can't say that about this one. Oh man, that's... Well, I'll give you guys an updated video later after I take it apart, clean it, re-grease it. We'll see how it is, and I'll take it to work with me tomorrow. And I appreciate you guys watching my videos and this unboxing. I will talk to you guys later, and you'll see me in the next video.